Check it out. This is Jake's bracket. He has UConn.
I have 9 brackets, actually. This is just one of them.
Okay,
right?
UConn winning it all.
I do have UConn winning it.
All right, we're going to talk about that later. But first,
right.
I want to talk about Miami of Ohio. A big game tonight, kind of like a home game in Dayton.
It is.
Yeah. What do you want to say about this? I mean, first of all, I'm glad they're there. Maybe shouldn't have been so uncertain.
Yeah, I think it's – listen, the bottom line is this. It's a team that has a lot of Indiana connections to it. But, you know, if you think about 50 years ago, Indiana went undefeated, right? 50 years ago. And since then, we've had 6. A total of 6 teams have entered the NCAA tournament unbeaten. Now, Miami wasn't unbeaten because they lost in their conference tournament. But the bottom line is they ran the regular season unbeaten. That is so rare that I think that alone should get you an automatic berth. There should not have been any – I don't care who you play. At some point, just the pressure of being unbeaten is enough that you're almost playing against yourself. So for Miami, I say great season. They absolutely should be rewarded. I think it's unfair they had to play the play-in game, but they do go to Dayton. But nonetheless, a tremendous season. And I think that if you run the table, you should automatically be in.
All right, so am I going to see them in your predictions here, Miami of Ohio?
I think I actually had them losing to SMU because I like SMU's. I think SMU has a size advantage. And Miami did not play a great schedule, granted, but the MAC is a decent conference. So that's probably a coin flip game. Bottom line, I do have Purdue in the Final Four, I think. But anytime you have a team, I think the interesting thing about the NCAA tournament, if you have a team that had to make a big run through their conference tournament, you wonder how much that wears them down. Now, these are like 18, 19, 20-year-old guys, right? They're not old men like me. But you're playing 4 games in 4 days, and then you've got to turn around. Purdue got a break because they go to St. Louis. They don't have to go far. Arkansas, for example, who I really like, but they got to go all the way out to Portland coming off of a run through the SEC tournament. That becomes a challenge. I just think Danny Hurley is a heck of a coach. I like the way UConn plays. I like their offensive balance, and I went with them. But Michigan's been the most consistent team all year.
All right, we'll be watching Jake.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
right?
Jake Query from The Fan.